Hey, welcome back. Today we are looking at a kind of a basic concept of for loops. This is a really powerful thing, especially in PICO-8. You can do so much stuff with for loops and they're a little intimidating. So let's go over the basics. I'll set up my main events, my built-in functions here for Pico, and let's just do the most basic demo of a for loop, and we'll just do this in the draw function. So what is a for loop? A for loop is a way to do multiple things within a frame. You can work through a table or a list. You can do something a certain number of times. There's all kinds of uses for a for loop. And once you kind of get good at for loops, you'll even figure out more uses. But here's how it works. You type for, and then you have some kind of way of telling it how many times to do something. And so if we just want to do something a certain amount of times, you could say for a variable equals 1, comma, however many times you want to do it. So if you want to do it 5 times, 1, comma 5, and then do, we need an end. And then whatever you want to do 5 times happens inside of this. And so we could say print cat. And if we hit save, make sure that we're clearing our screen here. I hit save and run, then this will print cat 5 times. So it's going through and it's repeating this command, whatever's inside of this for loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And you can have multiple things happen here. Print dog. So we can print cat and dog 5 times and it will go in order. Cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, right? But what's cool about this and really powerful is that we can even use this variable inside of the function. If we were to just say print I, which is just the variable that we put right here, and hit save and run, it's going to count from 1 to 5. So we can use that to kind of iterate on things and do all kinds of fancy stuff. For instance, we could say print cat as a string and then append this string after cat, right? So I can save and run. So that'll make cat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can also use this variable to do things like offset things. So with the print function, I can type in an x and y value after this. And so maybe we'll have x be 8, but y, let's say y is 8 times I. And now if we save this, that will kind of space those out a little bit. And then we could even do something like run through our colors. So because our color is the next argument, and I'll just put I there. And now we have these different colors, right? So you can do stuff like have multiple different things happen on screen and have them run through a series of things based on the number of loops that you've made. Really cool. One thing I'll use a for loop for sometimes is to update a map. And so let's say we have some green tiles and then maybe we have some green tiles with some grass going on our map here. So here's our grass. I'll go ahead and fill in our map with green. So let's just draw our map. So now we have a green background. Just take out this print stuff for a minute. Well, because our numbers are going up, we can use this to do stuff like set the tiles in the map. So let's say instead for x equals 1 through, how many tiles wide are we? 15. So let's do 0 to 15. We could do mset, which just sets the tile on the map of x, comma 0. And we're going to make that sprite 2, right? Because we're going to make this grassy. Save, run, and that's going to make grass all the way across the top of our screen, right? Because what we're doing each frame is we're drawing the map and then we're setting some of our tiles to change out to sprite 2. And we're just kind of running through the tiles on our map. So tile 0, 0 is going to have grass. 1, 0 is going to have grass, 2, 3, 4, all the way across the screen. If we wanted to do this in both axes, then we could actually nest another for loop inside of this. So we could say for y equals 0, comma 15, do end. And let's just say x, y. And look what happens here. We fill all of this in with our grass. So you can do some really cool stuff with tiles by just looping through the numbers that you would use for this mset, right? Because you'd normally just put in numbers like 5, 3 just to set one tile. But instead, for every loop, we're starting with 0, 0, and then we're going to 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, all the way to 15. And then we go to x equals 1, and then it's 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. And it does all of that instantly every frame. In fact, we don't even really need to do this every frame. We could do this up here in our init and just do it once, and we're going to get the same result. In fact, that's a better idea because we're just doing it once. We're resetting our map, and we could even do something cool like randomize this. So we could say if random1 is less than 0.5, then we do that mset. And what'll happen is about half the time it will draw that new tile. And it's going to be different every time we run the program. right? Because it's randomizing whether it's going to do that or not. We could make this, less than 0.1 and draw even less grass. That's just the very beginning, the very tip of things you can do with for loops. And even though it's a little bit like, oh, what is this kind of weird way of writing things? It's pretty simple. You're just counting up each time and doing something for each time it counts up. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. If you watched this far, why not leave a like on the video? You know what I mean? And have an awesome day.